Greeting. I had to make sure I unmuted myself. Um, First, I want to say thank you for once again coming and sharing your time with me. I appreciate love it. It's been a struggle for me to do these guys because it's so much happening across the globe in our country, and I've been hesitating on doing the sisterhood series, because I do those on Mondays, but I was like, we need some mental health. We need some therapy. I know I do. And if I'm feeling like this, I'm quite sure there's somebody else that's feeling like this, because what I'm seeing is like the energy is shifting, and it's not negative, but it doesn't feel good. And I'm just kind of like trying to see where people are with everything that's happening, because one of the things that's really been a challenge for me is the amount of censorship that I'm seeing that we are experiencing, and it's not cool. It's not cool at all. And so I said, well, let me get on here and kind of share. I invited some people on with us so that we can kind of talk about it. But I have like so many people that I want to hit. First, I want to say hi to everyone and welcome. My name is Kiddis Empress. And so I wanted to kind of just talk about censorship and the things that we as a community need to do. I want to share with you all with some of the news that I have discovered and found. I see someone is in the background. I'm not sure who it is, but I'm going to bring them on. But I like the name Black Youth Congress. So let's add who am I talking to? Greetings.
Oh, greetings. This is Brother William Dukes. I'm trying to get on. I'm on, but I'm getting home. I'll be home in about 10 minutes. But just want to say I was invited on by Sister Omega, and she said some wonderful things about you. So I'll be on more live and more, undistracted in the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay, awesome. No problem. No problem. Um, So one of the things that I'm gonna take the brother off the screen for a moment, and so one of the things that I have, first of all, let me just kind of, I always try to get things in order to help me stay on track. Um, But so there's a couple of PSAs I just want to kind of do. And if anyone is interested in coming on and talking with us, go ahead and send me an email to globalgreenbook@yahoo.com, and I will keep an eye out for it. I don't want to put the link in the comments because we have a lot of we have people who are watching, and I want to make sure whoever comes on my platform, I can kind of screen them and know who they are. So, shout outs. I want to do a shout out to this one sister, Sister Giselle. She's one of the reasons why I was so concerned about censorship. She has I can't remember what her channel, I think it was just her name, Giselle Moore. And I think the brother left, so if he comes back, I'll add him back in. Giselle Moore. Now, she recently had a crisis in her family, and anyone who comes on here, I'm going to ask them to be very mindful of the word sound because the censorship is appalling what we're experiencing right now, to the point where they've silenced a few African men, I mean, European men. They have silenced a few European men Wow. 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 I don't know if you all can hear me or not. But I've been trying to connect all that time. My internet went out. My phone went out. I couldn't get on here, guys. I couldn't get on here and speak magic over my family, speak life over my family. I was really at the, it just in line with what I have to say about censorship. Um, okay, where was I? Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring my sister on here with me because that was really interesting. I don't know how long I was gone. Greetings, my sister. How are you? I can't hear you. I believe it. Yeah, that was interesting. This is Queen Omega. So I was talking about Sister
Yeah,
Giselle.
I'm here. I don't know if you can hear me now, but I believe you because listen, we always know when we're about to say something, internet starts messing,
I just, I, I just
right?
the whole thing went black. My whole screen went black. You see my TV. I do like a aquarium that's frozen, so I had to figure out to get my phone to work so I can get on my hotspot on my phone. So we'll see how it goes. It's really interesting. I was just talking to another sister, Giselle Moore. I did invite her on here. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to make it or not to share. But the only thing I'm asking is that we kind of be mindful about certain things that we say on here, and we really have to be talk code right now until I kind of figure out what's going on, because this sister was talking about an incident that happened to a family member who was hurt by the men in blue, and she was just sharing how hurt she was. It was no hate. It was nothing ugly about it. And because she shared her dismay and how her family was treated and what happened to them by those who are supposed to protect us, they shut her entire channel down and said that she was speaking hate speech and to hurt others. And if you know Giselle Moore and you ever hear, she talks about gardening. I love her channel. It's really sweet, and I've gone on her live. She just talks about African empowerment. And what I'm learning is when you talk about African empowerment and about hurting us, then it's considered a hate speech, it's considered threat, because if you're empowered and you love your people, then it's considered hate, and they're shutting people down. Platforms down. It's several, another brother's here now. Um, Welcome, my brother.
Peace
Greetings.
and blessing, peace and blessings. What's going on?
What's going on?
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing.
the censorship is real. So they shut the sister's channel down. So I'm gonna do a quick shout out for her because uh, she has to build her channel back up again. This is her channel. They're making it very hard to find. Let me see if I can add it back on here. Um, she had to change her name, and she's part of some people know, my family, they know her. Let me see, did I add it on here? So this is her channel, Giselle Moore. She had to change it to African Queen 1. You're not going to find it if you just type African Queen 1. So you actually literally have to type her name and one of the titles of her of her chat, her videos. So those who follow Giselle that are on this platform, this is how you can find her. They took her entire platform down, said she was saying hate speech. So they're doing that. They're taking our videos down, stating that we're doing hate speech. Uh, Trapflix, he is at that point now where his channel is being threatened to be taken down.
Mm.
They're trying to say, basically he speaks too much about us coming over to Africa. They have given him he talks a lot about Black empowerment. And the thing that's interesting is when I go on other platforms, and I do go on other platforms to just kind of see how certain orange people, the Pink Panthers, the 2520s, the race soldiers, the Miracle Whip bandits, I just go on some of their channels to see. And I'm not talking about the ones who are friendly and nice. I'm talking about the ones who do put out hate speech, just to see what they're saying about us. And I can go back and I can go back, and I never see these channels taken down. And I do complain about it, and I do say it's hate speech, but yet when it's referring to us, it's not considered hate speech. But when we talk about the injustices of what happened to our family members, it's considered hate speech and dangerous. And this is all this sister was talking about, was what happened to her family member who is no longer with us, what happened and why it happened, and they shut her down. Rizla Islam, he has been speaking to us about a certain uh, thing they want us to put in, injection they want us to put in our arms, and they shut him down and stopped him from able to speak upon the dangers of these things. What different doctors have said, they have silenced him, and I'm talking about on different platforms, on this platform, on Instagram, on Facebook. They are monitoring, they are censoring, and they are shutting our platforms down. Me, myself, I have one more strike on Facebook, and they're going to shut me completely down. I'm slowly working on getting all my intellectual property off of these platforms. We have to be really mindful of this. Instagram started blocking some of my posts. I'm on my page on Instagram is Global Green Book. So I'm finding other venues so that I can speak freely. And on YouTube, I've already had one video taken down and a strike against me. So I only have a few more infractions before they shut down my account. So I pray, please, family.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Can you hear
Can
me,
you?
brother?
I can hear you.
John?
Did they? Yes, ma'am. Did they shut it down
Wow.
just like that?
They
Let's hope.
look like it.
Let's hope that it's just technical
A glitch.
difficulties. Yeah, but yeah, I'm listening to all this. I mean, I got a YouTube channel, and I've had
What is yours? I'm gonna put mine in the chat for you.
yeah,
I'm gonna put
it's
mine in the back chat.
mine's is fulfillment of our soul, fulfillment of our soul, and I have seen
Beautiful.
certain I have seen things pop up, and I'm like, what are they talking about? And they're like, oh, this is not appropriate for under 18. I was like, I never said my videos is appropriate for under 18, but I'm not even sure, and they're like, well, it's not a strike or anything. It's just the content was flagged or whatever. I'm like, we ain't even talking about nothing. But the more I hear about it, and the more people will start giving me information about it, I'm all about, starting our own platform so we don't have to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And I think we can all put together enough people that we can start pulling interest. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we know that these other platforms that we are on, there's some major conglomerates, but still, if we're going to be getting censored and stuff like that, first of all, we need to boycott for number one, and number two, we just need to have our own platform or get our own space in these platforms and tell them, yo, y'all need to leave us alone, because like the sister said, like Empress said, there's other channels are preaching hate, and we ain't even preaching hate. It's just that when you
That's the
preaching
truth.
black love, it's when you preach black love, it's a problem.
And you know what's funny, or not funny, but what's sad is that the truth of the matter still stands too. We could, like, let's say if I wanted to make a blast channel against you, I could do that. No one's gonna, YouTube is not gonna pull me down. This same thing actually happened to me. A brother made some very, very egregious and malicious, allegations against me, one that could be checked legally. And I
Right.
sent that to YouTube, and YouTube was like, "Oh, he didn't do a crime." Now, this same brother made some hate speech against JoJo Siwa. His stuff was taken down within minutes.
Wow.
And my lawyer was like, well, they're going to just say because she's more of a visible, whatever, whatever. But I'm like, the allegations that he made against me were way more egregious than what he said against JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
But, because I am another African-American sister, then it wasn't deemed as egregious, or it wasn't deemed as valid as hate.
Yeah.
So, and that's been throughout, literally our existence, us attacking one another
Yeah.
is accepted, is promoted, is marketed, is appreciated. But when we're doing that against any other, then it's egregious, it's malcontent, it is it's deemed as hateful and divisive when it's not. But what can be more divisive than doing it against your own?
So what's the solution? How do we solve this issue? That's what I'm interested in. And I'm sorry
Well,
I came on late, but I'm all
no, I
about
love it.
solution. Yeah. I'm about
The first
solution.
thing in solution is committing to the solution. I'm like how you said with it. I'm not one of those people. I had I was engaged to a gentleman for years, and he would say, we should boycott these, gas stations because of things that were happening and da 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 da. And he would say in the same breath, but we're not going to do that because we're all too comfortable driving.
Right.
We have to be comfortable with being inconvenienced. We have to be comfortable with not being comforted. I love, what I play back a lot when I'm working out, that speech that Bane gave to Dark Knight when he said, you think you're something because you just claimed the dark, but I was born in the dark. This is like, we have to be comfortable with that. And too many of us are the solution is for us to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
that's the discipline is needed.
Am I back, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, you're here. We hear you, please. Thank you, sis.
I was like, damn, they shut you down that fast?
Oh, the struggle's real. The struggle is real. Welcome, Black Youth Congress.
Hey.
So I wanted to share a quick platform really quick. This is a Black forum. This is one that I just recently joined. I hope it doesn't shut down on me, but it's a bb2me.com, bb2me TV. It is an entire African platform. They make it very easy for you to upload your intellectual property. Oh my goodness. Can you all see that? Is it flashing to you all?
Yeah, it's flickering.
Wow.
And and I'm also going to put in the back chat melanatedpeople.net. That's another one too. melanatedpeople.net.
This is interesting. I've never had this much challenge before.
Yeah.
But it's okay. So it's a bb2me .tv, and you're gonna put the other one in the chat. I'm gonna type it in here for everyone.
Who owns these platforms?
bb2me is don't get me lying about the brother's name. If anyone can tell me his name in the chat, that would be great. He's in Ghana. I cannot think of his name right now. If I can find it real quick. He's a professor. What is not Quado? I'm terrible with names, guys, so forgive me. I'm trying to find one. I can't find anything because right now my internet's acting really shady right now. Let me see if I can find it. I can't right now. I can't tell you, but he's a professor in Ghana. He created. I think I first heard about a bb2me back around 2000. I want to say 2015 or 2014, and I tried to get on it back then. When I first started to get the infractions from Facebook, and I started being put in Facebook jail for the thing
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hey there, it's Courtney.
Hey, Courtney. Hi.
Hey, I think it's just you and me. I don't see John, our sister anymore, Sister Empress anymore.
Oh, so
Wow.
she never had these. She said she never had this kind of problem. Maybe it's
No. Yeah, the
maybe
censorship thing is for real.
our enemies are our enemies are real too, huh?
Yeah, but remember, people we always think of people in the physical, but it's not the physical; it's the spiritual.
Right, right.
That's what I know. That's what I know. But we were talking about other platforms we can start to be a part of. I have a couple of them that I wanted to share that I've become, I'm trying to get more active in. But I listed them in the back chat. I think I talked to you about them. But also, I think I sent you also, Brother William. I sent you an invitation to the WhatsApp. Check your email, please, because that's also another way we can start to communicate beyond the board, so to speak. So I sent you a link to the WhatsApp channel as well. Please, can you hear me? Anyone still hear me?
I
Okay.
can hear you now. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
I hear
Yes,
you.
I can hear you. Great. Okay. I was like, I didn't know what happened after that.
This is insane. Did I put the link in the chat? Did it go in the chat? Because I can't tell. I tried, but the BB to me and the melanated um
Melanatedpeople.net.
I
it,
seen.
it didn't go in the chat. Okay, as soon as I try to put it in the chat, I was shut down.
Wow.
Okay, and I'm gonna try it one more time so that everyone can come back for it. Did it go through that?
Oh,
Hi, family. I am back. This is interesting. So I know. Okay, I have a ticker. I'm going to put the ticker on, and I'm going to put the melanated. That's how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to even put it in the chat. Can you all see it? It's not letting me put it on the screen either, is it?
sis, I
There
can't.
it goes. On the very bottom of the ticker, you'll see a bb2metv.com and then the melanatedpeople.net. Those are the two black forms. So we'll just
Okay.
have it running across the bottom.
Right. Okay.
This is independent of
Yeah,
any
perfect. I
Facebook.
see it.
So that way everyone can see it. I just added it to my BB to me towards the back. So, but those are the black forms. I have been slowly uploading my videos on it. Also, another thing that I did was I started a podcast so that I can speak a little bit more freely. I'm not sure how freely I can speak on it, but I'm gonna test it out. I did one for anyone who's interested in starting their own podcast. I started it with Anchor FM, and what it does is it shares it across all platforms. Google, Spotify. This is it here. It's called Let's Talk About, and it's just about any topic, all topics. I just started it. Thanks to Anja Africa. Shout out. She introduced me to Anchor FM, but it's on Google Play and what have you. So, I'm just trying to make sure that I spread what I'm not silenced. I don't want to be silenced. And I don't think any of us should be silenced. And that's what they're doing. I'm seeing something in the chat. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Fanny, because I know I'm going in and out. Let's see. And okay. And so also another I was seeing with Giselle, they're being, it was Nika Holbert. Have you all? I've recently heard about a young sister, Nika Holbert, who, in my personal opinion, was in self-defense, trying to protect herself from a race soldier that attacked her with a taser. And she, of course, she's no longer with us. But what I'm seeing now in the media is that they're trying to make her a dark person, as if she was deserving of what had happened to her. And this whole situation was handled improperly. Can you all hear me? I just want to make sure.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
I can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay, great. So what had happened, with her, she was stopped because the car had some kind of warrants or something on it, but it wasn't her car. She was driving someone else's car. The
Wow.
police officer checked her license, and she didn't have anything on it, but he wanted to arrest her. And she was like, she did not do anything wrong. And when you watched it, she was in compliance. She wasn't she was working with him. She's a sister. You know how we talk about, but he wanted to arrest her, and he pulled out a taser on her. And she immediately panicked, running, and he started tasing her.
Where this happen at?
And
Where this happen at?
it just happened in Kansas, I think,
Wow.
in Kansas. And so, and I'm going to be very careful how I talk about this right now because I don't want my channel taken down. Okay.
No, then let's just all just do our research on it.
Yeah, but do your research. But the thing is, what they're doing is they're trying to pull up all her history, try to make, and my thing is, if I was in her same position and someone is hurting me in that manner, how would I react? You want to protect yourself. It's like
Self-preservation.
there's no protection for us, and I find it interesting. I'm seeing, like, when it comes to us, the censorship is gone beyond the normal realms. Am I frozen?
No, we can hear you. Do your thing.
Okay, no, because
No,
everyone
I
is
hear you.
frozen on my screen. That's why
Yeah,
I
because
wasn't sure.
they got you
So
slated as a troublemaker. So they're gonna freeze you. But I want that smoke. Let me get that smoke.
I'm just I'm saying. And so, if I was being attacked in that manner, how would I react? I'm a woman, and I've been in that position with race soldiers before, where they had machine guns in my face and searched my car, my trunk. I've been labeled a terrorist. I've been followed. I have had dogs stuck out on me, and this is the thing. I'm a little nervous, but me describing what happened to me can be classified as hate speech. I find that interesting.
Well, it's always going to be that way when someone else is given the perspective, especially when it's the slave master. So, you know what I mean? For all of us talking about going back to Africa and all that other stuff, we most definitely are stirring the pot, whether we want to realize it or not. I didn't mean for that to rhyme; it just did. But you know, they coming for all of us in one shape, in some shape, form, or fashion. They're coming for us. You know what I'm saying? Often hear you talk about the matrix. You know what I'm saying? We giving people the pill. We ain't even letting them make a choice. Because once they see the footage, you don't even have no choice. It hits you in your spirit to know that you're not supposed to be in America no more. You know
Right.
that. So they're gonna come for us one in some shape, form, or fashion. So it's like me, I'm ready. I'm prepared for it. You know what I mean? And I ain't, trying to talk big and bad, but especially for the images and the things that I show on my channel, I already know. I already know this thing's already operating in the background. You know what I mean? Just for the
Yeah,
simple
yeah.
fact that,
Your
yeah,
channel, it's like boom, boom, boom in your face.
yeah, I don't, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but the thing about it, like you said, I ain't trying to be censored. If they shut that down, I'll pop up 5 different places. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna use everything I can against them, just like they use everything against us. So, you
Hmm.
know,
And it's definitely that we protect our intellectual property because
yeah,
that is something we're leaving for our youth,
yeah,
our and their
mm-hmm,
youth, so that they know our truth, our words, our perspectives.
mm-hmm,
You know, what how we were affected, how it affects them because everything trickles down,
mm-hmm,
and so that they have a clear understanding of the history. And when we're silenced, that means someone else can tell our story, our
yeah,
history.
mm-hmm,
Rewrite the book,
mm-hmm,
and I'm not willing to accept that. And
mm-hmm,
it's like the more I'm told I can't speak, the more I want to speak, because I always tell people, I say this all the time, our words are magic. We
right,
speak life over each other. When we speak,
mm-hmm,
things come out of our words and it manifests because we are magical people. And if we're silenced, we cannot evoke that magic on our people, elevate our people, educate our people, nurture our people, give our people empowerment, let our people know how strong and how powerful and how beautiful we are, because then we don't have to listen to the outside noise, the outside chaos, because I'm not going to speak anything other than life over my family.
mm-hmm,
And they don't want that.
mm-hmm,
And I refuse to allow that to happen. So I was seeing all these things happening. I'm like, wow. I said, Rizza Islam. Okay, trap flicks. They're trying to silence that brother down. All of us are looking for another forum to put our intellectual property on.
mm-hmm,
And those of us, I want to be on these platforms so that those who are still here will come over to the other side. We got to get out the matrix.
yeah.
Okay, John, let me put your channel. Um,
No, let
uh,
me. I'm about ready to get out of here. I got to push out some contracts and stuff. I just wanted to
all
come
right,
by and
did
just
you share
support
your
you.
channel with everyone?
Uh, I guess I'll put it in the chat. But it's the fulfillment of our soul.
And
I
I
will put it in
have
the
a
chat.
banner at the bottom. I'll put it in
Okay,
the banner.
yeah. Put it. Everybody can hit me up if you want to. You know what I mean? Everything is right there for you to see. It's uncut. It's real life, real situations. Today I was down in DC. I went to the Black Lives Matter Boulevard. I went down to the White House. I went down to Park. I don't know if you've been past the park and seen that mural out front. I'm about to put that as my let's put that as my intro to the
Which
video.
park?
The park, the club, the nightclub, Mark Barnes
Oh yeah,
Club.
the park. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you seen it?
I work right by there.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So I'm about to make that an intro video because I want everybody to see what's going on in DC. What's going on in DC, I think is a monumental thing. And we probably need to get together and hold a press conference and some more stuff and put some light on what's going on. But that's a conversation that we can have on the sidebar. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
I just want to come by and show you some love and and to
And I
show you some
appreciate you
support.
being
No
here. I
problem.
didn't want to keep. It's not going to be a long live, so
Yeah,
you were right on time.
yeah,
You know, even though I was silenced, I thank you all for being on here, John.
yeah. No problem.
And make sure you all check out John's channel, The Fulfillment of Our Soul. I put it. Did I put? Did I do
Yeah,
it?
I see it. I see it on the bottom.
Okay.
Thank you so
So he's
much.
on the bottom. I got to
Yeah,
put Courtney's channel up there too.
it's nice
All
meeting you,
right.
Miss Courtney. And tell Angie I said what's up. I gotta hit her up too, but you know, I gotta most definitely make a effort to talk with her. But I'll catch up with you, sis. Peace.
All right. You have
All
a
right.
blessed one,
You
John.
too. All right. Peace.
All right. And I hope I did I put your channel up correctly, Courtney? Is it Omega Courtney?
Yeah, it's Omega Courtney. It's my name just backwards. Omega Courtney.
Okay.
Hmm.
So so that also, did you share your channel really quick as well?
Yes, my channel, Omega Courtney, we focus on glowing up as a culture, a community, elevating the conversation with accountability, with purpose, focusing on 5 different fields or 5 different areas, including faith, friendship, fellowship, finances, and of course, family and friends.
And can you share your business also? Because I know you have
Yes,
a
I am the
restaurant. Please
new
share it.
Thank you. I am the new owner of the Colored Only Cafe here in Atlanta, Georgia. We have the sole vending contract. We do brunches the second Sunday of every month. And on Sundays, usually you can find me there, but I am a catering business. So we still do take contracts in other places or outside of the core, but it is located here in Atlanta, Georgia at 2857 Main Street. And you can follow me on Instagram. That's Colored Only Cafe, COLORED, only ONLY Cafe, CAFE. And of course, we use our powerful melanated meals to power movements. So I
I
always
like
giggle when I say
that.
that, y'all.
I love that. And you
Thank you.
invited the brother on here. I didn't, my internet was acting crazy all night. The brother, what is your name? I didn't even get to really meet you.
Oh, Brother William. Yes, he is. He's here also locally with me. He's a member of our MX Media Group. He's here in Atlanta, and he is a phenomenal brother. He leads the Black Youth Congress. And I am, doing some assistance with him in regards to the public relations and the marketing for that. But he is an incredibly supportive and just well-meaning brother. And I tell you, when I find family and members of the culture like that, I grab onto them because believe it or
Right.
not, they're few and far in between. Absolutely.
Thank
So
you.
can
Thank
you
you.
share a little bit about that? And say your name again. I'm very bad
William,
with names, so forgive me, okay? Give me
William,
grace.
William is my actual name, but the name of the organization is the Black Youth Congress. So it's kind of like, in a nutshell, is we want to concentrate on developing our youth, but we have to prepare ourselves to be the Congress to assist our youth in entrepreneurship, kind of economic base in it, uh, and in developing culturally, and the whole 9 yards of our being. But our initial plan is to be able to establish a Congress to assist a youth Congress. So we have to be a Congress before we can actually assist a youth Congress. So we kind of more like focusing on the imitation of, or um, an example where they could follow and then be a part of us as well. So we trying to complete the layout plan, but that's pretty much what it's all about in a nutshell.
So how long have you all been working on this?
It's not about a year old. It's probably less than a year.
Okay, okay. And and you're in Atlanta as well?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So, how the youth, have they spoke out about, the energy of the country and with all that we've been going through? Are they like kind of just like, it's no big deal, or do they really see the are they alert on what we already know what is happening? Are they aware of what's going on? I'm just kind of curious because my youth are all adults, so it's a little different for me. I don't know how the younger children are.
Well, we're actually focusing on young adults for starts, and then we're going to focus on even younger. It's going to include all youth, but at the same time, we're focusing on young adults. But at this time, currently, we're actually trying to create an appeal and an attraction to bring our young together because we have the same issue as well. But again, as this, we sit down as a elder committee, and we say, okay, so what can we do to help support our young to be entrepreneurs? So we have to lay out the plan, and then we're laying it out, and then we have it set up for them so we can assist them in that, whether it's entrepreneurship or buying property and developing property. Even the politicking, learning how to communicate is very, very important in being, to develop in the well-being, in your well-being. But so we're at that point right now where we actually trying to put something together for them. So we're not there yet in terms of the surveys, the questioning of them, and membership and so on and so forth.
Okay, okay, that's good. Because I know I did a lot of work with the youth in regards to just kind of keeping them up to date on like business practices and how to
Yeah,
maneuver in this society because it's a little different. We don't have a lot of the what is it? You know, access to a lot of things that other youth may have access to. So
mm-hmm.
we have to definitely teach them how to maneuver in this society because if they don't learn young, they're going to come into a rude awakening, and if they're walking around, and the distraction is so real. There's so many of them are being distracted from things like TikTok and what have you. And
That's
yeah,
right.
it's fun, of course, we all need to have fun and a little break, but sometimes what I'm seeing is it's taking all of their attention away where they don't they're not really seeing the writing on the wall.
That's
So
right.
is your organization just a small organization, or is it how
Uh,
many like adults you have working with you all?
small, small.
Okay. Yeah, ATL is beautiful. I love ATL because that's a very African city. I used to live in ATL.
Oh,
And yeah,
right.
um, I'm sorry, I'm reading at the same time. Um, and so have you all been experiencing any censorship or have that come across your platform or anything like that? Because I miss a lot of the conversation. So I'm sorry if I'm asking the same thing over again.
Um, that to me,
Well, I can definitely tell you, I know I have. I for a long time I thought, oh, it's just because I had shoddy internet, but you know, uh, I started to notice that no matter the internet, it was a dependent on the topic. The more generic the topic was, it seemed like I could talk all night as long as it was like random and if it was just like, just like kind of like silly internet stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
the more concentrated I became with my material, it seemed to be that I could not stay on the call. And I remember one time, the first time that I ever experienced this, interestingly enough, sis, is a woman came on and she was, when I say she was on fire regarding, the Most High and about how we needed to get
Right.
into order and get discipline. And we both got kicked off. And she was mad at me because she said, why would you kick me off when I'm trying to talk to the people? And I said, I can't even get on my own live. I was just as upset. I was emailing her. And so literally about an hour, it was other panel members just discussing the topic that she had laid out. But I wasn't on the panel and she wasn't on the panel. And I eventually got back in, but she never got back in. And our relationship kind of, changed inevitably because she thought that I was doing that on purpose and I wasn't. So it's
Yeah,
unfortunate. Yeah.
yeah, that's unfortunate. But that might have been kind of a blessing in a sense also, because not everyone's energy is meant to be around you. So sometimes, the Most High kind of put that in place. But for me, I don't think I've ever had this much problem before.
And I took it as well. I took that the same.
Yeah. That's how I look at things. I'm learning to move in spirit. I'm learning to um, let my antennas uh, let me know what is right and what is real. And like even like for tonight, I didn't. I struggle with doing lives. I'm not going to even lie. I get such anxiety doing them, but it's almost kind of like my spirit tells me you need to just do it. Just get over whatever issue you have. It's not about you. And then I have, I just feel like we need more places to go. We need more people out here sharing this information, because what happens is if you hear it one time, it's one thing, but when you hear it 1, 2, 3, 4, sometimes it takes about 7 times for someone to hear something for it to click and get embedded in their brain. And when we have more of us sitting here sharing the knowledge that is necessary for us to understand what the matrix really is doing to us, what the matrix really means, that we kind of will wake up like, oh, wait a minute, I keep hearing this. Let me look into this. Let me maybe check this out. Maybe there is some truth to it. Let me do some research. But if you just hear it one time, it may not affect you that way. So it's very important that those of us who have platforms, those of us who are spiritual people, those of us who are critical thinkers, those of us who want to help their community, those of us who want to see the best for our community, if we have these platforms, we need to make sure that we disseminate the information in the best way that's possible. And it's with us connecting with each other, sharing with each other, and making sure that we speak words, sound power, and truth, honesty, and with love. I see a few more people have popped on here, and I hope you all can hear me. I'm so nervous because my internet is so shaky. I see
I can
Queen
hear you
Jahari.
fine.
Great. Thank you, Queen Omega, because I really enjoy your channel as well. So I see Jahari's here. Greetings, Jahari. Welcome. I know you're working and driving. You're always working and driving. Thank you for the support. Blessings, Brother Yaya Bay. Welcome. Thank you for showing up, my brother. And thank you for coming, Donnie. I have to speak to my family real quick. And Sister Tamika. Greetings, Sister Tanika. And my daughter, Blooming Woman. Welcome, my sister. I appreciate, love you all coming out so much. So I know we all pretty much have experience that. So are you presently working on trying to find some other outlets in regards to protect your intellectual property, Queen Omega?
Yes, actually, thank you for asking. There is a wonderful site also. This brother actually has been working on building a platform for a little bit. And he also sets up or arranges you to have your own website through the platform. And that is, well, you can email me because it's hard, like giving out the name of it because it's BU.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
mhm. But if you
You
want,
can
I
send
can
it to
send
me
you
in
that
the
information
email.
email. Yeah, I'll email you his information. But I have co-hosted a couple of panels with his wife, his beautiful wife. And her channel is Shelly Speaks Truth. So,
Shelly.
I'm kind of like how you are. This is who we network with. This is who the vibe is. I'm not, my vibe, my network are people that are for elevating the conversation, being solution oriented and driven, and So she and I have been we've been on some things together. Um, I recently just did a wonderful interview on African United Forces channel. So we have some
I like that
very,
sister. That sister is really good. I eventually I'm
yeah,
supposed to do a show with her. It's just I just been going through a lot in my schedule, and I know she's in another. I think she's in what, Russia. So I just the
yeah, correct.
time
She's in
difference.
Moscow.
Moscow, yeah. So I watched the live you all did together. I loved it. It was really great. It was really empowering because you all have two different feminine energy, and it worked so well together. I really enjoyed it. You
Yeah,
know.
she's an amazing sister. So I reached out to her with the proposition, and she's excited. So we should be unrolling something together, a collaborative effort in the next couple of weeks. All goes well, but always seeking other platforms. Absolutely, that we can continue to spread, to grow, to unify, because that really is where the power is. Um,
Mhm. Mhm.
melanatedpeople.net actually is something that my brother in the revolution he put me onto, and he is the author of he's a new author of the manual 3 Steps to End Racism Right Now. I'm going to email
Oh,
you over that
okay.
a
I was like,
copy.
yeah, send me
Yeah,
the
the
book
link to the
because
book.
I like to share. Like I have on Wednesday I do Wake Up Wednesday, and I like to share African businesses books author. I think I shared your book before.
Oh, great,
Um,
thank you.
I have shared your book before, so I think I shared your book on the sisterhood series. I'm about share. We have to support one
We
another.
do, we do.
We have to support one another. We have to, that crab in the barrel is not going to work, especially for a lot of us who are thinking about repatriation, thinking about nation building, thinking about becoming global businesses, thinking about, empowering ourselves. If we can't work together, there's a problem, and I'm seeing a lot of that. And one of them is like we have to make sure we're transparent. I'm big on transparency, because I feel like the more transparent I am, the more that we can build trust and work with each other. And it's so key, you know. Um, I I believe in actions, you know, to live what I preach and to do the things that I say I do and to have the results, not just speak it, but actually show the results, share what I'm doing. And so that people are saying she's not only talking it, but she's also doing it. And so that's why I was like, let me just get on here and just do this live. I was talking to another one of my sisters, and I was like, I think I should go do a live. I didn't want to, but she was like, yeah, just do it. Just do it. You said you wanted to speak life over your family. You said you wanted to, um, bring information. You cannot allow the matrix to silence you and move in fear, because if we move in fear, we will never accomplish anything. You wouldn't have started your business. You wouldn't have started, brother William. You wouldn't have started the Black Youth Congress if we move in fear. So we have to stop moving in fear and stop thinking about me, and really move as one, because what's the saying? Teamwork makes the dream work. And if we have a dream of, and I don't really like dreams, but if we have the goal of elevating our community, and I mean globally, we have to work together. We have to work as a team, as a unit, and each one of us play a part. And I hope you all can still hear me. I get so nervous when I start talking. So you
Yes,
can
we can
email
still
me.
hear you. And you're absolutely right. Teamwork makes the dream work. So I didn't want to interrupt. That's why I was putting some
Oh no,
information
you're
in the
fine.
back
Yeah,
chat.
I just
But
never know if you can hear me now. So I'm like, can they
yeah,
hear me? Because
yeah, I can
it's so
definitely hear you.
spotty over here. It's so spotty.
It's
Yeah,
loud and clear.
I really I'm very passionate about it. I'm very passionate, and I've just been really um I'm not going to say disturbed. I was a little angry when I started realizing and seeing the amount of censorship that we're dealing with. And I was like, that was the agenda. The agenda was to silence one or two European men so that they could silence us all, you know? And they managed to do that. They're starting to silence us all. They have us second guessing, thinking, talking, in code. I think that's better anyway. But the to the extent of where I'm thinking about how I'm going to say something, if I'm going to offend someone, if I speak my truth, am I going to make someone uncomfortable? Am I going to have a job tomorrow if I say these things? Am I going to lose my intellectual property if I say this? And that's a form of bullying. That's a form of um, that's a way of us being attacked. It's almost like we have to create a living underground railroad to make sure that we can communicate with each other, that we can meet each other, find each other, get each other from the plantation to the promised land. It's like I feel like I'm on the underground railroad again, and that part I don't like. I don't like that. You know, sometimes I second guess about sharing information with my family because I'm not sure how it's going to affect me. And I was like, that's selfish. And so I was like, you just go ahead and do it. And I was like, because your word sound has power and you need to go ahead and share this information. We lost some Courtney. Brother William, are you still there? Because I know I'm just running my mouth. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just listening. I'm learning. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just keep checking to make sure I haven't, you all can hear me and what have you.
Yes, I hear.
And yeah. So, uh, I don't know. So what is the solution? Is it what we're doing? Is that enough? It seems like it's a lot of talking. Um, you know, I share this information with my youth. My youth seems to get it, but they're also caught up in the matrix as well. And I feel like it's a lot to take in right now with all that's going on. It's a little frustrating that I don't really see a lot of us supporting the sister recently because she defended herself, and I see a lot of us are saying, I've been reading, a lot of us are saying things like, well, she shouldn't have. Well, that's what happens when, even it shouldn't. I one of the things that I've learned when it comes to that situation with the race soldiers, the overseers, is they're supposed to de-escalate, and I did not see de-escalation there. And I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but my mind is just racing. And one of the things that, he's in critical condition. I don't wish any bad on him. I pray he gets through, because I'm not one to wish harm on people. But it could have been avoided, because from my understanding, and this is what I was trying to say earlier, I think that's when I got cut off. When she was found to have nothing wrong, like she didn't have any problems on her license and she was okay, instead of him de-escalating and just saying, okay, this car has, and correct me if I'm incorrect, this car has warrants on it. You cannot drive it, but you can walk, you can leave. She didn't have any warrants. There's nothing wrong with her. She was driving someone else's car. She called the person to let them know that she was driving someone else's car. He could have de-escalated it, but instead of de-escalating it, he did what they always do with us, and he escalated it and wanted to take it to the next level, arrest her, tase her. And I was watching that, and I was telling someone, because I caught one of my friends saying, well, she shouldn't have, grabbed the gun. And I was like, when you're being tased and you're like, and you got this big, and if you see him, he was like 400 pounds. He was like a big, big orange person. And he's tasing you. How are you going to react? Because I know I would think my life is in danger. And the first thing I'm going to want to do is protect myself as a woman. And I don't feel that's anything wrong with that, because I've seen them take down men with machetes and knives, whirling it at them, coming at them with weapons, and they de-escalated, unarmed them, and took them down. So what is the difference with a woman? And you're like definitely like 3 times her size. And she was not a little girl, a little woman. So if you saw this cop, he was like this, he was this big. He could have took her down easily. He couldn't run. He was a little fat, but he didn't de-escalate it. And I'm like, it's come to a point when we realize we say the same things over and over and over and over again. They're not going to change. They've been doing this in the 1950s. They did this in the 1960s. They did it in the 1970s, the 80s, the 90s. They did it in the 20s, the 1800s. They have done it to us ever since we landed on this land. They have done this to us ever since they walked into our breath, into our breathing circle. So what makes us think because now they needed us to help them with their finances, because they only released us from their indention, their prison, because it was not helping them financially. Anything that's not helping them financially, that's how they deal with us. And it's very clear they have no use for us. They don't care how we're treated. They know, anyone who walks on this planet knows that they are privileged and that they are not going to get treated a certain way, and they would not trade shoes with us for anything in the world, because they know how we're being treated. Because if you felt we were being treated fairly, if you felt we were being treated in any kind of manner that was on the level of being treated as a human and equal, you would have no problem trading shoes with us. Even if we were a millionaire, if we're a millionaire, they still wouldn't trade with us. They don't want any parts of what we are. So that lets me know, that we are, no matter what economic social part of the economic social ladder we are on, we are not treated on the same level. We are not. And so why as for me, I'm like, I'm at a point where it doesn't even make sense for me to even attempt to get anything from here. It's like I have to do what I need to do for myself. I need to make sure that I create generational wealth for my family. I need to make sure that I create a safe place for my family. We have 54, countries to choose for. We have choices. We have choices, and one of the obstacles I see is that we also have to make sure that our brothers and sisters understand the type of people that they're so welcoming to, and understand that we are not those people, and that we should be treated a little differently, and that it's just time for a change. It's time for a change. And I know anywhere you go in the world, there is censorship, but this is different in a sense where it's not like I'm speaking out against the government. It's not like I'm wishing harm on people. It's not like I'm saying I feel like these people need to be taken down. It's nothing like that. The speech that I'm speaking about is I'm talking about empowering my people. That why is that censored? You know, I'm not talking about burning down a building, and I've got to be so careful. I'm not talking about anything that's going to be detrimental to anyone on this on this planet. We're talking about things that are going to help and empower. When we're empowered, the whole planet is empowered because we always help our brothers and sisters because we are just good and kind people. We are loving people. We're caring people. We want for, I know I want for my brothers and sisters what I want for me, I want for my brothers and sisters, you know. So I know I talked a lot. Brother Wayne, you have anything you want to share?
Well, no, I'm just I'm hearing hear you. Go ahead and continue.
So I see Sister Jahari says, I'm praying we all can go home to Africa or move to be in a safer space because I am tired of seeing our family as fallen soldiers. Enough is enough. Yes, enough is enough. Hold on. Who is it? Hold on, family. I'm sorry. My daughter's here.
Okay.
Hi, honey.
Yo, it's so cold outside. Oh my gosh. Hi, Marie.
Hi, beautiful. I was on.
Pretty.
Thank you. I'm on a live.
Oh, yikes.
You want to say hi real quick? Come over here and then
I look crazy.
say hi. This is my baby girl, Ina T. Say hi to the family.
Hi, family.
Hello.
I was talking about censorship.
LOL.
Yeah. So go ahead. She just surprised me.
I said I was going to be here.
Yeah.
Hi, Mama.
So that's my baby girl. I get so happy when my daughter is here. So I want to say Sister Bloom, so the nagaship.org, here's another all black owned social media. Okay, great. So that's nagaship.org. Very easy to navigate and very much associated with the African spirituality. Okay, thank you. It's Kemetic based. That's awesome. So yeah, if anyone knows any, please put them all in the chat. We need to know all the different forums that we can get on so that we can have a little bit more freedom. And so, yes, I'm seeing everyone talking, feeling better. Yeah, I'm glad Brother Donnie is feeling better as well. I think it's okay to join these other platforms for melanated people for networking purposes, but you should still have your own personal website to house all your intellectual property without limits. Yeah, that's one of the things that I am working on. I struggle with that, Sister Tanika. Um, I I have a what do you call it, a blog, but I've been having some challenges with it because I'm really not that savvy with it. So it's a work in progress. But I agree with you. We should have our own personal websites so that we can maintain those things and then we can share it amongst ourselves. Um, and I think it's also good that we also have a one platform that we all can come together on as well. Let's see. That's my baby. Yes. So I'm going to let you guys go, family. I just kind of want to put that out there. We need to, I want you all, if anyone wants to send me their websites, I'm going to come back and write all these black forms. So on Wake Up Wednesday, and also I'm creating a database. I can share your website because it's very important that we understand how to find each other, have a database, know what kind of services and businesses we have, like your website. Do you all have a website, Brother Will, for the Black Youth Congress?
Not quite yet. Not quite yet.
Yeah, so you all are working on it as well. So
Yes.
do you all have like a any kind of page or anything that that you all are sharing your information on?
Not quite yet.
Okay, so everything's a work in progress.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with her because you never know when these platforms will still own. Yeah, and that's the thing that you just don't know. But what I've been liking is a bb2me.tv. It had made it really easy for me to upload my intellectual property up there. And then if you also, you know how, what is that platform? Patreon. You know how Patreon has this thing where I guess you could have patrons and you have videos, you could do paid videos or what have you. And like you have like the on YouTube the super chats. I I believe on a BB2Me you can set your page up so there's different levels of sponsorship. So you can have your free videos, you can have paid videos depending on what it is. I've been uploading all my videos as free because they're on here as free. I don't have any sponsored. I'm not monetized or anything like that, but that's okay. Um, but if you know, for those people who are monetized, you can also set up where you can do paid videos, so then you can actually do lives that are more free, more freely spoken. I think YouTube does something like that, but I'm like I said, I'm really just trying to get away from these platforms. The censorship is appalling. The monitoring is appalling. The 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 imbalance of who they choose as a hate speech and not a hate speech, what they consider as negative is really just it doesn't make any rhyme or reason at all. It makes no rhyme or reason. Don't share too much on this forum. My YouTube got hacked twice and I don't have active channel. So be careful, family. Wow, you got hacked. Okay. Yeah, I try to keep everything kind of basic. You're right, Sister Jahari. I mean, don't share regarding personal website, etc. I have been on the BB2Me since last year and I like it, very useful. It's a lot of good information on it. I like it as well. It's I like I said, when they have definitely did a great job in streamlining it, because when they first started it was a little antiquated, it was a little hard to maneuver, and that's why I never got off of YouTube. But now the way they have set it up is very easy. It's like quick to I just have to sit down and take the time and go through my videos one by one and upload it. But I think they do have different tiers depending on how much space is needed for you to upload your videos on their site. So they do have, I think, like $3 a month, $5 a month, and $15 a month or $50 a year if you want a paid service. Or if you do the free service, you're limited on how many videos you can upload per week. So right now, because I'm not really on that platform, I'm doing the free service for now. So I'm not sure, you know, how it's going to go, but I agree with Sister Tanika. It's best to get our own websites and get things up and loaded that way. Hey, I'm late to the party. I know I'm about to close out. Good info. Welcome, Black Butterfly. I love that name, Black Butterfly. So yeah, it's exhausting. It is so I'm telling you, it's so exhausting. You know, because Crackerbook really got me. If Crackerbook really got me because um what they gave me in the fraction for, I'm like, really? The only thing I said was, look at these people. I said something like, you know, look at this coon behavior. And I was just like, I said, look at the coon behavior. And they told me I was being, hate speech, but yet everyone else on the thread were saying horrendous, horrible things about the African people who were hurt, that, and about justification, and I was just like shocked, and they deemed me as hate speech. And it was another time I said something where it was just, I was just talking like I normally do. I'm not even as inflammatory as I am now, and I don't even think I'm inflammatory. And they gave me 2 strikes, so I have 1 more strike, and they're shutting my whole platform down. I have 2 more strikes for Instagram before they shut my platform down, and I have, I think, 2 more strikes here before. Well, you don't know with YouTube, but I know I already got 1 strike. So that's the interesting thing. I know John and them was talking about that earlier when my internet kept shutting down on me. But it's just important that we make sure that we don't allow them to silence us, and that we continue to spread the knowledge, do not move in fear, and whatever may, we use a wise mind, and we know this is what's happening, so that we systematically start putting these things on. Make sure you constantly let people know how to find you. Please send your information to me at globalgreenbook@yahoo.com. I will, because I want to work up some kind of directory so that I can disseminate the information. I can share it with the family on my Wake Up Wednesday, because I like to share all African businesses, and I would definitely do that. So I'm going to get myself ready to get up off of here. Are you able to do lives on ABB2Me? I have not tried it yet, because, like I said, I'm just really trying to focus on uploading. But I've been talking to the brother who created it, created the ABB2Me. I think he was on Living My Best Life in Ghana one day talking about the platform. So I don't know about live streams. I don't know even if it's connecting to StreamYard, but I really doubt it is. So that's something I have to check into it, because I'm not sure. Uh, you had to build a whole new channel. I have to find. I'm so sorry you had to go through that. Sister Bloom. Oh my God, you really can't with Facebook. Like, oh my God. Literally, just use it to stay in contact with long distance family. Yeah, I learned my lesson after that. I was like, I have all this stuff on it. I could, when I first got on Facebook, I was super excited about it, and I was posting all this stuff. I was just posting. I was sharing a lot. I was sharing so much. I probably was sharing way too much, because I didn't understand social media. Because when I first got on social media, I only got on it so I could be nosy about what my children were doing, because they were on, Twabble did. Yeah. My daughter was on it, and my friends were like, our kids are on on this thing called, FB. And I was like, well, what's that? And they was like, we need to see what they're on here doing. So when I got on it, and I had shared this on my podcast, let's talk with Empress. Let's talk about with Empress. I was like, what is this thing? And so when I got on it, it was really strictly to figure out what my daughter is on, and why her and my son was on it too. Like, why are they on it? What, how old you got to be on this, and who are all these strangers? And it was nothing mostly but college kids and high school kids when I first learned. So, I started, once I got in the groove of it, I started posting like all the time. I was like, oh, okay. And I was really selective about who can come on my page. So I didn't really it wasn't really any regulation. There was no Facebook jail. It wasn't no infraction. It wasn't no, restriction of your speech. I used to say all kinds of crazy stuff on Facebook back in the day. But when they started doing, I think it started with the music infractions, when they would put you in Facebook jail if you played music in your live stream, because I started using it for marketing for my wellness business. And so when that started happening, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. But then I started noticing systematically, what, baby? That quick?
Yeah.
Just lock it. My baby's leaving me. I get so sad when she leaves me. So she just came to give me some love and leave. Isn't that nice? So you'll be back
Yes.
this weekend.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Yes.
right. Love you.
I love you more. I'll see you later. Okay?
All right. Ciao. Ciao.
Bye.
Yeah. So anyway, family. Yeah, that's it. And did you want to share anything, Brother Will? Because I'm
Um,
tired.
Okay, well, no, I just want to say that you were on point with everything, and I think part of us coming together in organizations, different organizations, coming together, being able to form some, have some unity. The unity, that's the key word right there. I think that's one of the greatest. That's going to be one of the greatest solutions is to unite our, like you say, the different organizations and also our businesses as well. So that's all
Mhm.
part of community building. So let us do that. Let
Yeah,
us
let's community
reach
build.
out. Yeah, reach out to one another and build community.
And Tanika, you are on point. I'm right behind you, my sister. I'm working on getting all my stuff off of Crackerbook. Get it off. Get it off. Yeah, 4 years ago I opened it and helped. Yeah. So anyway, family, thank you for spending this time with me. I don't like to go too long with these lives. I didn't have tonight planned. I just wanted to do it really quick because it was just on my heart, my spirit. Was because I was turning on. I heard Trap Flicks talk about how he was being censored and he was being threatened, and I was being censored and being threatened. Grandmaster Jay, he was being censored. He can't, he couldn't speak on social media. Riza Islam, all the people who are talking just about loving our community, building our community, we're being silenced because they don't want us to speak life over each other. And so we have to go to the places where we're welcome. And it's not on these platforms. And I hate to say that, you know, and I hope I didn't say anything out of order that's going to take it down before I can get all my intellectual property off of here. It takes time because when you build so much. I mean, I've been on YouTube for 6 years. That's a lot of information to take down off of these platforms. It's a lot. So anyway, you all be safe. Thank you, Black Youth Congress, Brother Will,
Thank,
for being on here.
thanks for inviting me.
And I hope you come again.
Yes,
And
I
and
will.
and the next time I do this, I'll probably be more prepared. Like I said, I was just sitting here, and all this information was just coming to me, and I was like, let me get on here and just speak my truth. So you have a good night, Brother Will.
Okay. Okay, you too, and thank you very, very much.
All right, assalamu alaikum. So I want to just say thank you, family. As always, you all are so great and so supportive, and I appreciate love you. I know I just was not. I had no planned anything. I just had my feelings. I wanted to get up here and just talk to you. I didn't care if it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. I said whoever came on here was supposed to come on here. Whoever that heard this message or hear this message, hears it. If you can share it, share it. Whether it's you share this video or you actually go out and you verbally say it, but share it. It takes at least 6 times for someone to hear something. Think about commercials. What do they do all day long? And I'm going to say McDonald's. You hear McDonald's in the morning at 10, 11, 12, 1, and eventually you're like, I want to go get me some McDonald's. That's how we have to do, but we have to do it with speaking life and sharing the information, distributing the information. We all we all have different ways that we can share that information to make sure our family knows, we have to make sure that we support our own, we buy from our own, we speak life over our own, we keep our people's name in our mouth. Nikki Holbert, right? Nika Holbert, George Floyd. We keep reminding. We do not let our history be erased. We do not let our history be changed. We do not allow our story to be told for us. And what they're trying to do is silence us. So we are smart, we are innovative, we are creative, and we know how to make sure we always know how to share our story. We are back on the Underground Railroad. It's no joke. This is the Underground Railroad. The way we told each other how to go, where to go, we did it in song, we did it in words, we did it in drums. We kept it going. And we have to continue to do that because we know that they don't want to hear what we have to say. So we got to keep putting it in our youth. My youth, they hear it all the time. Make sure our youth hear it. Make sure your husband hear it. Make sure your mommy hear it, your auntie hear it, your sisters hear it. And eventually you're gonna find them repeating it to someone else. Anyway, I go on a tangent. I'm so sorry, family. So good night, Sister Jahari. Thank you for coming here, my sister. I appreciate, love you. Thank you, Sister Blooming Woman. Thank you for coming. Good night. Yes, send me your website so I can share your website, Sister Blooming Woman. She is amazing. She's so good at what she does. I use her services, so I can definitely highly recommend her. Good night, Sister Tanika. Thank you. If you have any websites to share, please send it to me as well. And I see everyone is saying good night. Brother Donnie, go check out his channel. Very powerful. Peace, love. I'm so glad you're feeling better, Donnie. I've been praying for you for continuing healing and restoration and strength and empowerment. And thank you, Sister Tanika. I appreciate, love you. All right. You all have a blessed one, family. Good night. Good night. Good night.